Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Are these guys idiots or something, or they are so desperate, or both? I think some of them are infantile, and I think they are very, very desperate. Why? Because weak people, coward people, when they see something happen from far, far away, they panic. They panic. Even though, they see a car coming, let's say it's about 500 yards, or let's say 500 meters away from them, coming their direction, they're panicking. It's 500 yards. You don't even know if it's going to continue coming to you. A strong guy, a courageous guy will say, it's not coming near me, and if it comes, I'll figure out here. I'm strong enough to figure something right here. Why? Because it's just a car. But the weasel, Jesus might come my direction. So I think for the weak people, in control, weak with their heart and brains, they're weasels, and weasels meaning sneaky, all right? At a little level, and they vote, and we vote. And since we vote, the weak get up there, and the strong are kicked out, because what does a weak person hate the most? The strong. Obviously, not to say, I admire you, I should get stronger. I should hide you so it doesn't show how weak I am. So that gets me to this article here, which is about Trump. These idiots don't understand that with each and every piece of shit that they throw on Trump, Trump becomes more popular. He gets more support with each and every accusation. Oh, Trump did this to grab women by the... Oh, okay, he's one of us. Let's say Trump said that. It's like, oh my God, really? And then with these things that they tried to get him in court, he got even more popular. Now they stuck everything on him, and now they try the last trick, which they tried many times before, and that is to put Adolf Hitler together with Adolf Trump in the same, he is like that guy, or Trump supports that guy. Therefore, don't love him. They don't understand that people who already love Trump's ideas, if they find out, some of them, that he admires that guy, they'll go, oh my God, really? He's going to get more support, I suspect. Not because of those guys' ideas, Adolf's ideas, it's the idea that this guy has the courage. That's the courage. Anyway, what's going on here? Let me show you a little article, and I'm going to show you how they tried to bring stuff from the past to stick on Trump. Some things that they knew for 30 years. For 30 years they knew. And they come now? Why is that? No values. So this is the article, Russia Today, one of them. 18th of December 2023. Trump vows, and I'm quoting, largest deportation in American history if elected. Well, is he going to deport legal citizens or legal permanent residents? No. He's going to deport people that are here without paper. People who entered here illegally. That means they trespassed on someone's property, and they are on someone's property. And that someone is the American citizen. United States is the property of the American citizens. Correct? Do I agree with that? Correct. Someone came here uninvited. That means you trespassed. Now, Trump probably is going to say, I don't think he's going to do that. He's not going to do that, even if he gets elected. Why? Because he said many things before and he didn't do it. So those guys trespassed, and now they should go back. They were caught. You're caught in my house. What am I supposed to do? Get you fuck out, right? Call the police, because I pay for the police, and the police get you out if you're lucky. If you don't get the fuck out fast enough, then I will not call the police. I will call something else. All right? Because the police can't do anything at that point anymore. So here you have, my friend, Trump vows to largest deportation. I don't think so. Let's read further, because that they're going to stick that one with something else he said this week, or during the weekend, I guess. The former president's comments came a day after he said undocumented immigrants were, and I'm quoting, poisoning the blood of our country. Oh my God. Many people said it before, but one in particular. So, Former US President Donald Trump has said he will oversee the largest mass deportation of undocumented trespassers, immigrants in the history of the United States should he be re-elected into office 2024. My question is this. Why didn't you do it the first time? You said something about that. Why didn't you do it then? And you are 70-some. You just realized that now you should do it? Garbage. Don't get me wrong, I like Donald Trump. But when he says things like this, you know what, I'm going to do this. Why didn't you do it the first time? I mean, for a person of 68 when he was elected, 73 or 74, how much is right now, old right now, he got this epiphany, enlightenment. Oh, we should kick out the trespassers now. I mean, these kind of things come when you're about 30, 32. If they don't come at that age, that means you're late. That's when you should realize, wait a minute, what's going on? About 30 something. Earlier the better. He just realized now at 76, 75, whatever he is, 74, that, hey, we have a problem with that. Maybe we should do something now? No, I'm sorry. I don't buy that. No, you were in power. You supposedly were in power. I don't think he was in power. He was in power, but the people were not. People in his departments were not listening to him. That was the problem. That was not the problem. It was for all of us to see. It was a clear, how do you call that, a study, case study, developing in front of your eyes with the media, with his party, with all these guys fighting this one guy. And he couldn't do shit. And they still tell me about the American virtues and democracy and these guys lecture everybody around the world. Come on, don't stay in line, come here, first in line. So let's read further. Jesus Christ. So referring to Biden as a low IQ individual, I think that's a fact, Trump said that his political foe was the most incompetent and most corrupt leader in the U.S. history, adding his view that Biden's lax immigration policies have created a scenario where large-scale action is required to counteract them. Well, that was before him. Now it's true that he's bigger, much bigger, but don't tell me that. He's telling me that 12 million, which was when he was, around 12 million at least. When he was president, it was more than 12 million, but anyway, undocumented. Now let's say there are 20 million, it's such a big difference. I say 100 is too many. I mean, 100 on my property or in your property. If you're okay with that, why don't you get about five families of undocumented immigrants with, I don't know how many children they have, and keep them for 10 years. Like you would sponsor them. Because if you sponsor a family, you are responsible for that family 10 years. So why don't you do that with your big fucking heart? I pay taxes. You, don't give me that shit. Okay? So the big heart, all of you, get 5 families. With their children and everybody else. And maybe extended families as well. So about what? 100 people? Take it in your home, in your property, for 10 years, mofos. Then you're talking. Anyway, let's go back. I get all fucked up here. And this is what he said right here on top. Now, given the unprecedented millions of Biden illegal aliens who are invading our country, it is only common sense that when I'm reelected, we will begin, and we have no choice, the largest deportation operation in American history, Trump said. Yeah, you should have done this before. Now, the comments came a day after Trump told his audience at a rally in New Hampshire that undocumented immigrants, and I'm quoting, from Africa, from Asia, from all over the world, were poisoning the blood of our country. End quote. And here is what they say. The statement was seized up by Biden's campaign team, who alleged that Trump's rhetoric was similar to a term used by Adolf Hitler in his manifesto Mein Kampf, which referred to superior cultures of the past perishing and dying out of blood poisoning. End quote. And said Donald Trump channels, blah, blah, blah. Now, question. How many things many people said in the past? Can we not use the same terms? No? So if I say right now, I don't know, those guys are bad. Oh, Stalin said that. Or Adolf said that. Is that, you know what I mean? I mean, I understand exactly what they try to put together. And I'm going to show you something else. Because that's not all. They try to stick this on his head. Look at this one. See this article? This article is from 7 hours ago, my friends. 7 hours ago. So it's from today. That article from Russia Today, right, was again from today. What he said about the poisoning of the blood, it was yesterday. So Sunday he said that. Monday they are already with this article. Read the title, my friends, at your convenience. Ivana Trump claimed Donald kept copies of Hitler's speeches in their bedroom in surfaced interview. What do you mean surfaced interview? Can you guess how old that interview is? Yeah, you guessed it, 1990. So supposedly this person right here made a claim in 1990 when an interview, not that, right here, in a Vanity Fair interview conducted in 1990, and it was nothing then. Nobody said anything in 1990, and now they tell us this only now? My friends. And even if he did so, if you make this public, what do you think Trump supporters will do? Oy vey, my God, I don't like Trump anymore because he's a bad dude. Oh my God, a decent person like me should not support this guy who grabs women by the pussy, like, okay? And has all those kind of things around his house. She said. Now, it's like someone comes and let's say you're divorced and your wife or ex-wife comes and says, well, you used to do this. What would you do? You can have a few options, right? The first one is deny. Let's say it happened. You can say, yes, it happened. Fuck you. Right? It's one option. The other one is, no, it didn't happen. Or the third one is say, she's talking smack, which is the same one. So it's yes or no. You can't say, I can't remember. Because if you say, I can't remember, that means what she said could be true. She gets more legitimacy. So what is he going to say? Yes? And if you think that if he says yes, half of Trump supporters will just go away and become Democrats and good citizens and good people, they will not be deplorable anymore? Or do you think they will say, oh, okay, well, what the fuck is going on here? And this is not strange. One day. So do you think it surfaced from yesterday to today? I mean, these guys had time one day to resurface this. So he made that speech probably last night, right? And in the morning, this was already there. How many hours ago? 7 hours ago or so? 7 hours ago. So that would be about what? That would be about noon. So those guys worked overnight to find this particular interview. Do you think so? They had this interview for a long time. Why now? If they had any values, why didn't they use it when he first campaigned? Why now? Do you think that just now they found it? I don't think so. Because they couldn't have found it after the speech until they published it. So that means they had it. When he said that, the blood of my enemies, whatever, like a Manowar song, blood of my enemies. When he said that, remember, they worked until noon. So let's say 7 p.m. Yesterday he had the speech, right? Until noon, they published it at noon. That means they worked on it, what, from 7 to 7? Not even. How many? 14 hours, 15 hours? And they found it from 1990. Somewhere online, and from 1990. I mean, can you believe this? So what is this? This is all arranged. They tried to find something. This was ready. Already there. I don't believe they just found it. Oh, it resurfaced in about, 7 hours after he said it. Something in Vanity Fair or whatever fair, something 1990. What Ivana said then. Why didn't you do anything then? As I said, garbage. Garbage. So with this, and with what I say right now, if Trump supporters hear it, I'm going to say, oh, right. So they are not actually outraged about if that is true. Right? Because if they were outraged, they would have come up sooner. They're just trying to fuck him again. So they would say, oh, so they're dishonest, actually. So they cannot play, moral, superiority here. Because as I said, this did not surface in the past 24 hours. They knew about it. Why did they use it only now? Because they have no values. If you see a rape in progress somewhere, you just don't wait 50 years, and then after 50 years, the guy, actually, you know what? I know who the guy was. Why? Because right now it's convenient because I'm fighting with that guy. Do you have values? You don't have values. Do you have principles? You don't have principles. So you knew about the crime, but you didn't mention it because whatever. And you use it only when it hurt you, when you're fighting with the guy. Now, hey, I'm going to tell you. What does that tell you? My friends, garbage. That's why for me that link, well, he kept copies of his speeches. I think this is a free country, isn't it? Well, what are you going to do about it? Oh, he said that yesterday. That means he was influenced by that. Only now, at 74, he says that? I mean, if he kept those copies from 1990, that means he kept those copies from before 1990. So he had, what, 30 years? Yeah, 32 years, 33 years to shut the fuck up. He never said anything like this. He said it now at 74? Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you say this when you're 20, you're 25, you say stop stupid things. You say it now at 74. It makes me laugh, man, so much. It's like a Swiss cheese full of holes. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I hope this doesn't mean anything that you might think stupidly. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.